Hi, welcome to the bathtub. This is the no-nonsense edition of the bathtub. No music, no special effects. I sent the prop department home to wear their masks and stay off the streets. I got my martini, my Manhattan. We are doing a special 200th episode. We've done 200 episodes of this stupid, miserable show. 200 episodes, and we're belaboring it and stretching it out over several episodes so we can celebrate 200 episodes of the bathtub and the ending of the Trump administration. It's one more day. These are the flashbang talks, flashbang-bathtubs, really quick talks about books, one a day, just to give you something to do so you don't read the newspaper like I do all goddamn day, waiting for that bastard to get indicted. So, one more day, and we're continuing a series of dystopian. Go back to see the last episode, dystopian fiction. The premise is I just went through in like 2 minutes and pulled books off the shelves that were dystopian novels. Basically, it's kind of a geographic or a survey of a world. They don't just tell a story. They somehow take us across the surface of a world that has become sort of nightmarish, usually based on nightmares that we've already started instigating in the 20th century. Okay, many people would think of this is a perfect example of a dystopian novel. A Clockwork Orange was made into a horrifying, I think it may be the most horrifying movie I've ever seen. I am not a fan of Clockwork Orange. I've tried reading it several times. I find it very boring. I find the language really boring. I find it an annoying book. However, I did love The Wanting Seed, which came out in paperback at the same time, and I don't remember. It reminded me a lot of Evelyn Waugh, who is one of the funniest writers of all time. It had that same kind of complexity of scenes and complexity of narrative, and we were traveling across this nightmarish world of overpopulation, and it was very funny and incredibly black and dark. So I would, if you haven't read The Wanting Seed, it's a little bit more conventional prose-wise. It's a much better book in my opinion. I could live without the Clockwork Orange. Sue me. You can take that to the bank, but please enjoy it if you like it. I just don't like it. We talked about this last week. James E. Gunn wrote several dystopian novels. He really wrote dystopian novels. And I thought this was kind of a good example. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. The Joy Makers. The dystopia is one which learns how to make people happy. You know, which frankly can be a pretty horrible future. So, and he sort of maps that out pretty well. Finally, I'm going to do 3 of these a day, I guess. That's the premise. Which Philip K. Dick? Most of Philip K. Dick's books are dystopian novels. And I agree. Actually, I think it was it Harris, maybe, one of our bathing buddies, put this on his list. And when Trent started this up. And a lot of people, if you go to our webpage, our Facebook page, you can throw names around and give us your favorite dystopian novel if you like, or write it below here. This is The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. I read this several times. I actually taught it a couple of times in college. I don't remember a goddamn thing about this book. It's really a crazy novel. Most of you, if you know Dick, you probably know the Man in the High Castle, which is an interesting book. It's one of his more structured books. He wrote these books really fast. This is the most hallucinogenic and crazy of his books. And I think this is the one where they have the dolls, Perky Pat. I think that's one where they have Perky Pat. I think they have the dollhouse. Don't quote me on this. Where they people are stuck on Mars and they're so miserable in this horrible place the funny thing of Philip K. Dick is, most science fiction, you go to another planet and it's glorious, it's lots of adventures and Edgar Rice Burroughs and there's marvelous things happening. For him, it's just like suburban nightmare. It's a horrible, miserable, boring place. There's nothing to do there. And I think that has the dolls. They take drugs and they can pretend they're Barbie dolls or something like that. Okay, Flash-Bang. They're going to get Flash-Bangier, and we have one more day, one more episode of the Flash-Bang series, and tomorrow will be 0. That means the fat bastard's out of there, and hopefully the papers will be heading straight to his lawyer tomorrow afternoon. Okay, just noon at 12 o'clock. We'll release this sometime after that. We'll release tomorrow's episode. But this is one day, he's gone. We can just read our books in peace and keep an eye on the Biden group. I'm sure they're going to do something, but we're going to keep our eye on them. Okay, stay safe. Happy bathing. Let's try to avoid the dystopian future that we've been living in for 4 years.